Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Galactic Civ 3, also known as it says, Galactic Civilizations 3, and of course it's Redemption, or Retribution as you say it. I currently have every single DLC that's come out for the game as of recording of this episode. The date of recording this episode is the 26th of June 2020. I was deciding to carry on with the campaign or do a small skirmish with the DLCs because obviously, as you know, playing these early campaigns, they literally have the game set before certain DLCs and expansion packs. And one of my episodes, somebody who's watching my video asked, does it have all the DLCs? I said, yeah, but, as I just explained, certain ones of these have, like I just said. And he goes, and asks him, do you think I should do, after I finish this game, what's done on episode 255, obviously it was a few weeks back now. Should I go straight to the next campaign, or do you think I should do a small skirmish, what shows the DLCs off? And he suggested DLC, so that's what I'm going to do. So, to give a quick rundown before we actually start, I've got on the other side of the screen very quickly. World in Crisis DLC was the last one. A quick rundown, because this is one I think is more interested in what it brought. It brought new planetary crises, native intelligent primitives, mad governors, notorious smugglers, and more stuff like that. New planet types, new planet features like volcanic rifts, thriving rifts, floating mountains, etc, etc, giant mushrooms, and then of course the actual vlog for 4 what came out. Well, I believe this is 4.0, I think they're on 4.0.1 or something now. You know, they're better looking worlds, the graphics must be improved and everything. A lot of fixes, various bug causes, also skips not to, you know, bloody little skips, stuff like that, it said on stuff. Well, that's a very quick rundown. But anyway, let's get into the game, shall we? So, we want to go to new game. Okay, and also to give a quick rundown what there is. As you know, these are default races who start in the game. So I think he's used one of the expansion ones. I'm trying to remember which ones off my head are. 100% default. I've got a feeling one of the DLC expansions. Not sure about you. Definitely original. Definitely a new one. I don't even remember seeing you last time I went to skirmish. So he's come out quite recently. One of the original. I think you're original. You are definitely from the old, well, some of the old DLCs. So again, not the original game. You're original. You came, I think you came with the Mercenaries DLC. I got a feeling you might have came with that too. And obviously, like these ones, obviously DLC, these is like the Star Control DLC. Obviously Star Control. I've not met these two, but I'm thinking these are Star Control. But I've not met these two. 100%. So I'm not sure about you. I believe he might have been original or came with one of the early DLCs. 100% DLC, if I'm not mistaken, that's actually the next DLC I need to complete when on the campaign setting. My next mission is going to be his. I've actually done a little thing on the side, what I'll bring up after I've done the skirmish game. Was basically where I need to be in the campaigns now, and I think he's next. I believe that's again DLC for Star Control, obviously for this game. When you're saying, well, you have to buy Star Control, no, the game has, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 2 DLCs what bring races from Star Control and like the evils and the good side. So you don't need to own Star Control to get these races. Just basically buy them individual Star Control DLCs, or for Gal Civ, or obviously buy the full pack and you'll get them. Again, the more long Star Control. Okay, sorry, I got to cut back. Got interrupted then. Okay, where was I? Yeah, I said that was from Star Control DLC. He was from a later DLC, even though he's an earlier version, I was trying to say, of their Empire. Or he might be a later version because he's grey. I think he's from a later version of it. I've never seen that thing before in my life, so again, DLC. Don't know which one from. They should have a little thing here in the corner, shouldn't they? Star Control! Mercenaries or whatever. That's definitely Star Control. And that's my custom I created myself. And it seems all the guys I originally created have disappeared. So I guess because they've gone from the workshop over the years since the game's been out. Because I believe it came out in 2015 that this originally came out, the original game. Obviously it's been... don't work no more. Okay, so let me pick me. Show factions and multiplayer. Yeah. What's these for? Edit, delete. Okay, copy. So obviously see when I create myself, time travelers, cybernetics. Oh, since this is a quick rundown of the game itself, let quickly, not create someone, but quickly show you how. For someone, if you're interested, if you're like, well, I really love creating my own races. Does this game have it? Well, new race, and as you can see, you can give it whatever name you want. La la la. Say voila, whatever. Short name, thingy name, pictures. Obviously, they come with default ones. Some what comes with DLC. Some that if they're still in here, that I've actually downloaded from this workshop. I'm not sure they're still in. Here, workshop ones. If you watched some early versions of my Galciv series, you've seen these actually in play. These are ones that have gone missing. Okay, let's just pick you, whatever, boom. As you see, these there. Oh, there's videos too. Again, they're more focused on. Yeah, they're just a bit snappy. No, actually, let's pick this dude out because I haven't seen him before. And then, of course, you have backgrounds. Again, there can be videos. Obviously, the moving, like that one especially. So he's the leader of all them. Or you can have a still picture instead. Leader name, whatever you're going to call him. Lead description, so you can give like some real flavour to him. Home world, so you can change the name of it. Edit. So you can basically pick it as a class of it. So like obviously, class 11. I believe the highest class is 20. The higher number, the better. Basically, the way it works, if it's, say, for example, class 1, you can have 1 slot on it. If it's class 11, you can have 11 slots of 11 buildings. Class 20, you get 20. So you can basically pick one of these, whatever. So Delta Bond, this is the hungry little hometown to the race known as the Thingy. And then, of course, you can change the name of it. Start screen, what's that for? Oh, so again, put flavor text in, etc. Traits, because obviously this is like the meat of the potatoes of the race, like most of them. Highlight tells you modify quickly, add credits. Say available trait points, so that uses 3, that's 7, which is better, etc. Available ability points, so again, of course, you pick what you want. Choose what ships you want the race to start with, construction, fury, scouts, whatever. You use generated units. If enabled, citizens' first names will be picked based on their gender. If not, if no custom names are provided for civilization, the default names will be used. Okay. Race type affects that food you race. What food you race eats, carbon based, okay, stuff like that. Appearance. This is obviously for the ships, so obviously you can pick a default like yarn ship style, thingy ship style. And I assume you can create your own. You can also create your own race, and of course you can upload the whole civilization and pick. They should be in this list then. I can remember. That's a weird one. So you got interfaces. You can pick colours and stuff. Look, map type. What is this stuff? Okay, here's the colours and the surfaces type. Change it. Da da da. See how it's changing. Material type. Da da da. What's that? Choose your customized civilized appearance on the star map. Oh, okay. So this is what the colours they'll have on the star map, I guess. Okay. Personalities, again, aggressive people. I think this is more to do with diplomacy. You know, what do they push first? Like this race, for example, wants to go expansion over everything. Where if you put, how do you change it? I'll highlight it and click. Now this race instead will want to do ship construction over everything. So again, if you want a very defensive race, you know, they want to be fortification over everything, and they will still do logistics, but of course that's the worst. They're not the priority, basically. So like this race will be poor at anything, they'll try and do all this and then use the money, when obviously if it's a top, they will try the best to earn a lot of money before they start doing the other stuff. And again, how they are, they're greedy, they're opportunistic, tend to look for excuses to go to war, so they want to go to war constantly. Peaceful, more likely to select a moderate response, so it's against diplomacy. Conversation greetings and other tactics. So here you can basically first contact. And I believe you can edit and say different stuff depending on what you type. I think that's how it works. Say that, say then leave the name, yeah, that's Cody, whatever. Then we have, what's this, citizens and proteins. Oh yeah, edit name. So XML, I believe that's the file itself. Yep, that's popped up, so you can go into the file itself and change stuff. Do you want to say no? Or choose portraits. Okay, oh, you add your own, okay. And then you can tell them on my wife's computer, so Tiffany's documents. Not using mine for Galciv. So you could add your own portraits, so again, if you want it to look like you, instead of using default ones. And of course, fleets. This is the ship class, there's the transporters. So yeah, so the other part of the fleet was to do with the colours of the ships then, and this is to do with the actual ships you're going to use. So if you want an explorer, you can have it set as one of these. You want a gunboat, once you have the technology in game to get the gunboat, you can have it look like this. And of course you can upload standalone fleet style, save fleet style. Get more ships, so you can browse, so go to Steam Workshop, start bases. And of course change the names of them. And there's a way to create your own things, I just wonder if you could do it through this. Reset all, reset. Oh, and you do it with the buildings too, the star bases it looks like. It's a little slow going up that, that's the genetic. And one thing with this game as well, it does scale. As long as you do small maps, you can probably play it in most computers. You do gigantic, and then once you use multiple cores and all that stuff, and then that's when it will struggle with some computers. So you can change the way these look, and of course upload them, save civilization. So we'll just back out. Hold on, loading game data. And so that will give a quick rundown of the game before we do a small skirmish. So this episode might be long because of that reason. And of course you back out, go to ship. No, civilization, ship designer. Okay, launch design, that's what I wanted. Boom. That button might have been in the thingy somewhere, but I just couldn't see it. Because again, I'm trying to rush over this quite quick. So basically, you can pick a new design. So again, I'm not going to create anything proper here. I'm just going to show you. Can't really show this off that often. So you can pick some cores, etc. What you want. Let's go with whatever this is. Cause user, so user ones, if I downloaded any user ones I've created in the past. Again, been out for a long time, a lot of changes. Some stuff I did like first day one's probably not there now. What's this? And here's where you can put the parts and see how it has like a snap system. See where you've got the little circles, you can attach it, and then of course once you have it attached, you can click it, and you have all these stuff. See speed of animation if there's animation for it. So the animations for that. I'm not sure what that does. Don't know what else changing. Rotation hard point. Animation mode speed. Animation scale. Okay, that's obviously doing something. I'm not sure what. But there's a thing. Ah, there we go. Here's the scale, that's what I was looking for. So you can like, tiny or huge, make it look ridiculous. Rotate it, of course. Woo! And of course you can zoom out on this if you want if you want to make it something really epic. Offset, so you can move it from the spot, offset it. So literally you can make any appearance that you want. So you can flip it, obviously that's doubling it, whatever. Animations, like I said. And see, there's a lot of, and I've shown this more you can get from, obviously with the download tab from the workshop. But you can see there's a lot of different stuff. So, you can literally, basically do what you want with it. And then equipment, that's the important part. This is what makes the ship actually work, because obviously, like, that's just rubbish, but you know what I'm saying. You see here, look, construction cost 25, that's how much it's going to cost you to make it generally. I'm assuming certain races, if you add this to them, if they have certain options, like, oh, they have 20% of construction, would obviously make this cheaper, but that sort of thing. So external drive, so you need a drive for the ship. And see, this is like the default can be at the bottom, so that's I can put the drive, see there. And of course I can click that. Go to scale and move it around again. Obviously like before, make two, whatever. Some like drives are different drives. You then have the weapons, of course, if you want it to actually fight, etc. Attack range, cost, defenses, so I believe that's the it literally says armor. Click there. Don't know if that's working. Oh, I maxed it out for this hull, that's why. This hull's maxed out. But basically you need defense stuff, point defense, etc. Life supports, sensors, I believe that's the range they can see. Life supports, obviously, how far they can travel. So, for example, they can travel, I don't know, 10 hexes. A better life support might allow them to travel 20 hexes, that sort of thing, from the home base, that sort of thing. Sensors, like we said, repairs. So this also tells you what it is. If you have this piece, it needs durorium costs. That's a special resource in the game, so you need to be trading for that, or you need to have a mine thing that's got that resource, otherwise you can't make this ship once it comes up. Tactical repair 1, so I'm not 100% sure how that does, but I believe it maybe it starts repairing itself every turn, so much or whatever. Self-healing, obviously that's self-explanatory based on what that does. Beam cooldown, so again it cools your beams down, so they fire more often I guess. Shield punch missiles, etc. You can see planet killer. So obviously that's basically small module to attack a planet, capable of wiping out an entire population and undefended planet. Survey module, cargo, hypergate component. Hypergates, you can build hypergates because like later game, the big games, you can have a hypergate say this is a little planet and there's a planet over here, and you can't reach it. You can build a hypergate here and build one here, so your force can instantly teleport that. Especially if you like got one group of army, say about 5 spaceships all you can afford right now, but you have 3 planets to defend. Maybe you have a hypergate for all 3, and then they get back to attack you. Teleport, teleport, that sort of thing. What we got here? Hit points, subbrain moves. I'll say this is the moves. Say value 4, profit cost, support module mass, kinetic damage. So there's a lot of stuff. This is what makes a ship. And if you cancel that, change that. So if you see that one's 196, say 164. Okay, how do you make anything with you just go with default? What does it do with this? Oh yes, well it's tiny, so that's probably what it is. So like, let's go to cargo. Let's just pick this. Boom. Now we go to equipment. 90, so instantly higher. So also there's a way to push it up because as you saw, the other one's got 165 and stuff. But also I believe they can increase as you get certain research things. So anyway, I think that's a good quick rundown of that for you. Okay, of course you get Sport It, Steam Workshop, yada yada. Anything else I need to show before we start the game? Options, load game, ship designer, campaign. Obviously, campaigns, again, self-explanatory. You want to play through the history of the game. Depending if you have all the DLCs or not, you will have these to do. They're generally like this, 1 to white, and you have to, once you pass that, to get the next ones. These ones, obviously, I beat Haven to access F, I completed that, completed all these. This was actually a tutorial mission, theoretically. One of the early missions, but because of the timeline after the game came out, they put them in a timeline. So really, when you get it, game, if you want to do campaigns, do it in order. They make more sense story-wise. And I believe I'm on that next. I think got that to do. Then the tutorial. Then finally, boom, 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 and I finished the campaign. Multiplayer, obviously, self-explanatory. You skirmish games with players, team up with them, fight them, whatever. My own personal thinking on that, not as good as the main single player for the simple reason. Last time I played it, I can't remember. I put it in the comment to the guy who actually asked us for this. I can't remember what I said at the time. It's something like I got to turn 60 or to turn 120 or something like that, and it just started crashing and taking forever to rejoin with my wife, and it was just. The AI was getting to the point where they take a turn and then they just wouldn't move. They're like getting jammed up. It just came murder to finish, and in the end we had to abandon the game. Well, it was very disappointing because I have none problems playing single player. Quick start, obviously, you have it set, conquest, influence, research, turn limit. Speaking of that, options, very quick. As you see, graphic wise, I've got custom, I've got it maxed out. UI side, oh, crud, don't change that. Back up, hopefully I didn't change that. I don't want to change, I was just trying to show your current resolution not support. Oh, so if I went the higher one, if you had that resolution, you can support it. Okay, so we're back to default. VSync, particles, trails, so you can see they've got quite a bit. Sound, interface, see they've got a lot of information here if you want to go through it, edge scale, edge speed, yada yada. Gameplay turns before auto save, so it might every 5 turns, might auto saves for me. Show all ship designs, show star bases. I guess all the ship designs is like when oh, I know what that is. I was thinking something else. I know what that is. Basically, when you start a game, you look at the ship designs, and basically you don't see the new ones until you research this, that, and that. So you research that new hyperdrive. Now the ship that has that on will pop up. That says all ship designs. So in other words, you see every single ship design you got for that race from the default if you want. So you can look at that. I really want that ship. What research do I need for that? Oh, it needs hyperdrive this, and it needs 0.1 whatever this. Needs missile this. Voila, that's what I need to research to get to it. If not, you research something and it gives you the ships you can use. Enable mods, I don't have that on. Okay, back up, boom. Okay, So finally, new game. Let pick us. Next. Okay, so again, very quick rundown for this for you. Boom, boom, we see the different things. Got Galaxy settings. Small, players as a default. We're going to have a small, because again, oh, cancel. Would you like to change the number of opponents? No, not 1 second. You see, you got 9 into luxury, I can't even say the word. Base is gigantic. And as I said, that's a gigantic there. Basically ridiculous. Obviously, we're going to just do a small one, so it says for 3 players, 2 players. That one's suggested for 36 players. Obviously, you can do more than that, I believe. Again, it depends on how good your computer is. But again, I don't want to do this game and be on this for the next 2 years. So, I want to do a small game, so we're going to have a small map. It's going to be very, very small. Very small map, so hopefully we can get through this in 4 or 5 episodes, maybe 6 or 7 tops, and then I get back to campaign. Then I'll do a bigger game then. Okay, galaxy options. Do anything? Oh, type random spiral loop. Yeah, I like it for random galaxy type. Yeah, just put a normal difficulty, and it sets everything to normal. Basically, you put it on godlike, you set out all the AI to thingy, but you can still change them individually. So galaxy frequency, common, say occasional. As you can see, there's options for this. I'm just going to keep these in default. You can see the anomaly frequency. Some of these stuff I believe may come with some DLCs. Victory conditions. And again, if you own the game itself but you don't have any DLCs, you compare what I'm showing you very quick. Conquest, influence, research, ascension, alliance, turn limit. I hate the turn limit thing. Defeat your foes before it runs out. I always think that's silly. Alliance, if we want to go that route, that's fine. Ascension. That's again with getting the crystals, and it counts down. That was what we were trying to win it on with my wife when we were doing the multiplayer. Research, unlock the ultimate technology. So again, you get all the way to the end of the research, you get the final one. Don't win that way. Influence. So you don't have to fight with that, and you spread your influence and just flip them to join you. And conquest, obviously, self-explanatory. You wipe them out. Game settings, game pacing normal. So again, if you want it to speed up a bit more. That sort of thing and be faster. Galactic events, abundant, because I like having them on. So I think it adds more flavour to it. You know, when you're getting a bit bored, it adds more flavour. United planets, especially if you're doing a huge game. United planets occasionally, abundant. Oh, that's when the United planets come together, isn't it? Crises, again, I believe that was what DLC that brought that in. Mega events, I believe it was also DLC. But to me, it's mega events, so that's why it should be rarer. But again, you can have it abundant if you want. Research rate, again, if you want to research faster or slower. Again, also depending on your race, you pick. Some of them are slightly faster or slower anyway, but if you just want to push them in general. Actually, because I want to do a quick game, yeah, I'll go very fast. Normally I have it a normal, but I want to do a quick game, so. Minor civilizations, abundance. Again, I like having all the other minor ones in there. Advanced settings, disable tech trading. So if you, for some reason, one of the people doesn't like trading tech, that's one of my main ways of gaining money, so I love that. Basically, I have 5 or 6 techs AI don't have. Well, here it is for the one tech you need. And how about, oh, you're 90? Oh, now let's go jump to the other guy who's also in the game. Let's do the same with him. It's quite often the way I fund myself if you watch me play. So, turning that off would... I have to completely change the way I play. Well, in a way, I had to do that with one of the campaign missions because there was barely anyone in it to do it with. And B, it would theoretically be very hard for me because I'm not used to playing that way. AI surrendering, so if you don't want to surrender, so you can't surrender even though you want to. But to me, I like that because sometimes you surrender, not to you, but they give it everything to another player, so it makes it even harder to fight. Or sometimes they're fighting each other and they surrender and give me the stuff because they like me best. And again, I think that actually happened once or twice during the last campaign I did with the Milky Way one. I think one or two the AI. Well, I like you better, but I'm not giving it to them, and it gave me more stuff. What helped me win the game quicker. Especially with that being a big map, it'll take a long time. No FR in territory, no fog of war within your borders. Okay, so again, the fog of war, like most RTSs, 4Xs, etc. Disable tech brokering, players can only trade known technologies. So again, it puts differences on this. Basically, what was it? Disable tech brokering, players can only trade known technologies. So if I have a technology, I can only trade that. Oh, okay, I think I know what that's doing. Basically, some technologies there's a choice of 3, and if you pick, say, so just say A, B, and C. You pick B, you lose option to C and A, and normally you can then trade A and see if another AI or another player from the multiplayer has it. But I think if you had that disabled, you wouldn't be able to trade it. You've locked yourself off from that completely. So again, if you want to be more locked down, I make the decision, I'm stuck with this for the whole game, disable that. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what that does. But to me, if I trade with someone, they've got to, why can't I have it? So, surrender colonies, colonies transfer ownership upon surrender. There's the, was what I was talking about before with with them giving up. Okay, opponents. Okay, back and cut away again. Dog barking background, not my dog. Anyway, what was I saying? Because I probably had to cut the barking part out. Oh, I was talking about this quick. Basically, you can set these to, like, you know, godlike or whatever. I'm going to probably keep it as normal. Because I think normal gifted I could do, but of course gifted is going to be a longer game, so we're going to stick to normal. Of course, I've got these set of random opponents, or I can remove and add who I want. And again, this map wasn't suggested for free, but I've thought in it. It's going to be more crowded, but whatever. I'll put them in its menu. Then I've got the super aggressives. This one's oh, they're apparently super aggressive too. They're 2 randoms. Let's see who they're going to end up being as. And you can add like random opponents. Of course, you can create more. So you see, apparently I have up to 25. But obviously you have 35 in the big map. You can have more than that. So if you create more races. So I think that's fine. So let's start. Hopefully to give a good rundown for people who, like I said, A, don't have the game, or B, have one of the earlier versions, and they can look at theirs and go, oh yeah, I can see that mode's missing, that's this DLC then, that's missing, so hopefully this has been helpful to you. As we're building the galaxy. And like I said, this is, normally I do 15 minutes, I'm at 27, we're only got a couple of minutes here, because I obviously want to quickly show the start in the next 5 or 6 episodes, hopefully finish this game and get back to campaign. An alien species of unknown history and makeup, no one knows. So there's something nice to do where you can put your flavor text. Done, boom. And again, remember this is super, super tiny map. As you can see, not many stars. And there's 4 players in this, that's why they suggested 3. Because theoretically there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 only. But again, if it's gigantic, just I'm not sure what the Milky Way size was. But go back to a few episodes, actually I think even last episode, and look at that episode and you see a lot more stars. But again, I want this to be as quick as possible. Lose, die, whatever. Okay. And this, because it's full DLCs, should have access to everything once we get to it. So, Civilization. And obviously it's going to play a bit different than the Milky Way, because half the stuff was missing, even though I have the DLCs, because it's an earlier thing. So again, it's probably take me a little bit to get back into it myself here. So here we got the economy, and where you move this to is what they focus on. If you remember, I think McQueen might have had it. It had the triangle, where you had to move it to the more money, or move it for the work first, etc., etc. Tax rates here with 53%. At the moment, they focus on social. It gives a 6% bonus, because this one focuses on citizens, what I think is so much cooler than the early version. Colonies only have IVATOPIA, obviously. They're 61% happy right now. So of course, if I lower the taxes. That should. 77, help. Trade, I've got no trade routes right now. Timeline, obviously it's nothing to do, but because just started. Report, most powerful, etc. Stats, commands, yada yada. There we go, so you put that down here and then I can focus on research. And I start off with 5,000 with the stats with this character. Some of them got character with more. Population 5. Food and administration rights. You use administration rights to do stuff in the game. Okay, so let's put a research thing first. You use a translator just so we run into someone. Boom. And that's going to take us 4 turns. How do I access research? Ah, no. Forgot to access research. My head. Oh, it's just there. Boom. Right there. I'm like, where is it? It's right there. So 4 turns. So that takes 4 turns. So we've got to go to this. Let's take this off and put it into social. And that, let's do 4 turns. Okay, it doesn't make much difference. But then again, I've got this on the fastest one, turn based. So probably being slow would have made more of a difference. Okay, so citizen managers. The way it is, you start off with your main citizen, which is your leader. And then every 10 turns, you get a new citizen. And then you'll be able to train them. And depending on what you have researched, these will expand. Administrator, obviously, adds to this. But normally there's 2 versions of it. You can have one directly for the planet, Again, without creating one right now, I can't show what it is, but I believe, off my head, if you add it directly to a planet, it increases that planet by 30%. If you have him not on a planet, it increases every planet you own by 3%. So obviously, when you only have one planet, you want him on the planet, 30%. But if you have 20 planets, 3% is probably going to be better for you overall. Workers can boost civilization's social structure, 3%. So again, you build a similar thing on one planet, 30%, not on the planet. You can be added to this. So 3% or 3%, assuming it's 3%, I'm not remembering wrong, or the last update changed it, for example. Train. So it being increased speed of ships. So again, universal. Nope, wrong thing. Civilization. So that helps with this stuff too. And again, you only get more things unlocked here later on. It's not just free. With mechanics. Scientists, again, that's for research. You get like celebrities and spies. That's where the spying system comes in with this. Stuff like that. And then, of course, we find artifacts. Oh, we've got a default one. This is because the artifact was left here for unknown reason. It allows you to use a given area of space in great detail. So basically, that's like removes the fog of war. This one, I'm not 100% sure how it works, other than after so long, I can get a use of it. Because during a multiplayer game, I managed to use it once, but it wasn't straight away. So I don't know how you charge these up. But the way it works, theoretically, if I had a use now, I could put it here, see what's in that area. I could take this planet here. Let's just say there's a planet here, for example. I'd take this, could have an artifact on, that gives me a new artifact. Player B over here could have an artifact. And again, they can do different things, not just fog of war. It might teleport alls, you know, that sort of thing. It might give me a new ship. You know, it might give me increased research, depending on them. There's different ones. Ideology, we're not quite that yet. Basically, we take a planet and it will give us some options like we found a new resource, but they're actually a living, breathing entity. What do you want us to do? The evil option, so to speak, the red option. I forgot what they're called without being able to click it. We got to use them and make them as slaves, and it focuses. It gives us options to that tree. Where it might give us a new aggressive ship or something like that. Or we lose tension when on our borders, that sort of thing. Or the option, the goodest option, for example, might be something, oh, we're going to leave them alone. Or maybe the option might, we're going to work with them, that sort of thing. And they give you option in different trees. Hopefully we'll unlock that when we get to some places. Diplomacy, again, what it says on tin, once I'm met A, long as I can speak with him, hence why I'm doing the Universal Translator. I can trade with him, yada yada yada, declare war, yada yada. Those have research enough for alliances, I can do alliances, yada yada. Government own at least 2 colonies to start this, so that's what I had to unlock that. And I believe I should be able to grab. Alright, oh, I have a super planet but not actually a planet. If you start with Earth, you don't have Mars too, you could grab. So I need to get one of these and another planet. So again, being such a small game, we're going to have access to less planets. So to show some of this stuff off. So I need to at least get 2, hopefully. But then obviously I can pick my own government. Again, you start off with a default one, like and then you can upgrade to later ones if you get the right research and the right stuff for, like, the Republic or something like a science-based one. And because I believe the way they're based, like I can have 4 colonies, for example, say 4 planets only. But then when I get the science one, I can have 30 planets, and there's no consequences. Banzar, again, he's randomly around. That's the mercenary DLC. That one I remember. You come across him, and you can buy ships from him, hire ships, so you can get an instant, really strong ship if you have the money and the resources, because you use resources too. Well, again, it will be popping up here when I find them. Espionage, again, from the spy situation. You can spy on an individual planet or a race to get more information about them and start messing them around. Market, again, you need to have research for it, I believe. But I can buy, again, one of the resources I find. Is there any resource around me I can show you? No, there isn't. But I can buy a resource that I need for my ships, that sort of thing. Players can put it up to make money. Okay. I think that's a gist of what every function does in the game, roughly. So, let's quickly just take a turn. Okay. So, these mean we can be upgraded. And you know, I said earlier about the hexes. And, oh yeah, this is planet 16, so it should have 16 hexes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this is a good planet, 16 hexes. Some of these like this, there's a population and wealth adds to it. So like, take this administration for example, level influence, research and all that. So you want ideally to put that on top of something that has influence, research or construction tourism, or else you lose the bonus, or put it adjacent to something that has it. So for example, if I built this here, and then just say this one had this plus thing for administration, and then I built another one, it would get like a +3 or a +2 or whatever, depending what the stats are. So you kind of want to build a synergy, so you don't just want to plonk down randomly, because then this won't be as efficient as it should be. Okay, rare plenty deposit, plus level to wealth, to wealth, to wealth. Do I have a thingy to start with? I do, a shipyard, because I think you said you don't even have a shipyard if you want. I think I have my race set to have a more of a military at the start. So really, actually, I want to get a colonized ship up, because I believe we're going to have to colonize pretty quick. And this is what I'm talking about, if you had that setting where you see every ship that you could have, or just the ones that you currently can do. And you have your favourite there, see at the moment I have lapsed to 4. Large fragile ship capable builder star bases, I would do want that. Fragile colonized distant planets, I want that first. And then a erector. Unarmed, quick excellent sensor range. All small light capable of surveying anomalies. Do my current fighters have that ability to survey? Capable of perform combat, excellent nodes. Because the survey stuff, I come across, say there'll be like a trash thing here, I have to go over it and he'll survey it. Depending what it is, it might be defended, but they normally tell you to defend it beforehand if it's defended, and your survey ship has no weapons, you're obviously going to die. So you may want to travel with him or build one with him. I don't think any of these are actually survey ships. They're escorts, so they don't have the survey module. So I will need a survey ship too, because that's another way of actually running the game, just scavenging all the time. Unarmed, quick answer sensor range, will lose every fight. Cable survey. So there's one of everything. And of course another option you have, 5,000 money, rush. Boom. Costs me a little bit as you can see. They do in one turn. Okay, so that's sorted. So what do I have options to right now? Center of the Civilizations manufacturing player, so that we construct my stuff quicker. But I'm doing it in one turn, so that's not important. What's this? Can be used to mine rare deposit of Prometheus stone, which is available in trade. Oh, that's delineated to this. Oh, okay. Plus wealth. Why not? 7 turns. And again, you have the option to rush one time here. Can't have my wealth. Boom. Love research, so that'll be just on that. Okay, colonization. 1 per player, so only this one you can live 1 per player. And I don't need, see if I put it there, it gets the bonus. That's what we're talking about with the adjacent bonus. But I'll leave it at that for now, we'll look more on that later. Okay, so as ships I want to explore, so I'm going to send him. Ooh, that's outside, so he can only get this far. So you need Starbase to get further, or research better ships that can go further. We'll have a look around as best we can. So basically, double click him. The runner's probably going to be the best one to do. That's the right one, right? Lose every fight he gets into, yeah. So I'm going to actually put him next. And with that, I've looked at everything we can do, and sorry, my dog is scratching at the floor right near the end of the episode, of course she is. Oh, quickly, this just gives you like lowdown of the stuff you own, so if you want to access your ships easy. And as you can see, if you zoom out, you can zoom quite far, zoom in. You can zoom really close. Ooh, I double click the ship. This actually allows you to decommission it, upgrade it and stuff too. I didn't mean to do that. You see that's how you can zoom in. You can give it commands to explore on its own if you don't want to mess with it. Sentry will notify you when an enemy ship is within sensor range. So when them flies close, tell us. Guard, basically that's a way to make them skip turns theoretically. Upgrade it, that's basically... Oh, okay, I don't have an upgrade for it. Decommission, go to. Go to takes you to it. So you colonize shipyards, details, that's what I was on. Details. And you can see the parts that it's used to make it. And of course you can move it around and look around, etc. Shipyard again, all your shipyards will be listed here. Star bases all listed, don't have any yet. So again, so we can get to them quick. That's not fact, so you can activate from here once you have the thingy. Tells you production, all military, etc., etc. These are like to do with the graphs, so you can like comedy, all that stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Create rally points, yada yada. And I believe that's the gist of everything right now. And I'm bringing in 4 right now, spending 3. Oh, and of course, if you go up here, you can look at the victory status so far. Conquest victory, yada yada. You defeat 4 to win this. Influence victory. Peace with all major, yada yada. And it gives you the option to enter. Oh, colony ships are loading up. So I can have up to... basically, it takes from the planets nearby. So I have 1 planet right now, so I can take 3 billion with me. I can take 1 from it, and I have currently 4 billion on the planet. Now 2 billion. So... I'll say because it's early days of growing, I'll take 1. So here's my colony ship. And of course you can see he can reach all these. So let's hopefully find a good planet quick. And we might want to... Actually, I kind of want the Erector more right now. That's the one for the start basis, so let's rush that. And money's 2,000, that's fine. How are we doing for this? 2 turns. And obviously, if you let it go through more turns, it's cheaper each time to do it, obviously. Obviously, he's going to take 10 turns or do 2. But I'm going to stick with that for now. There's the Erector, so I'll very quickly show you what this does. You can command it to construct a star base or a shipyard. That's a shipyard right there already. So we want a star base. And see this influence? That's just what it will influence. So depending if you want it to be mining, military, for an artifact, depending where you want it, etc. Like I normally like at least 1, and also they use well, I'm out of them, fudge. Administrator rights. Are my ships using them up? Ah, administration rights. Okay. So that my guy uses administrator rights. The runner doesn't. The backbone does, and that does. So also that's where the name come from too. So that's why this is important as well. But I said my normal thing is like get 1 for here to do the mining and maybe a bit military rays and 1 over these each planet if I can. So let's bring him over here. And also extend the range too. So if you build it over here, because as you can see he can fly a lot further. So if I put him here, I'll be able to fly here with ease. So if I can actually get him out a little bit more. Oh, that's it for his turn. So I can build him now. I'll wait next turn. I think I'm going to wait 1 more turn. So someone's idle. So the idle tells you. Again, if you don't want to keep messing with him, put him on guard. Ah, there it is. Darun. It might be worth going there instead, actually. I think I'm going to put him over there instead. And put a different one there at a later date. So you see, this guy's now can't reach, but if he goes there, he will be able to. Okay, backbone, large but fragile ship equipped to colonize distant planet. Oh, I'm reading him for some reason. See, that's dead, that's dead. That's another thing as well. On the map, it did like that, they're dead. Seriously, they're all dead. Ah, these stars are rubbish. And there's 2 here, so yeah, I'm going to bring them over. These will be more beneficial. Let's go for this one. Idle colony. It's finished what it's doing. And again, you can set aid economy and just add your money all the time instead. That's another option if you don't want to be building stuff. See, like this, it takes... See, and I can just go boom, boom, boom. Now I don't have to worry about it. Why it's doing these? Well, so I don't want to do that right now. So I need to build the planet up, so... cancel them. And of course, as you research, you get other extras, like for research and stuff, you can instead. Okay, so that's my main one. What's this for? Population. So that's the link for this one. So yeah, why not? 10 turns. 2,000. Gonna barely have nothing, so I best not do that one. Farm is for population, you want it up there. So the sea farms I think are unique to have to be in these tiles, these green ones. See, they're gone now. Computer core, that's going to help research. So again, oh, getting it from that, so I'm going to go for it. Put that one there. What was that one? That's going to help influence, construction, tourism. Laboratory construction, so again that's going to help with speeding stuff up. Yeah, we'll go back and see what else we unlock before we put that one down. So I'll enter. And stuff like these affect stuff like dust cloud at minus 100% defense systems, for example. So if you're in there, your defense is down, so you don't want to fight in there. Oh, then again, maybe if you've got really strong weapons and the other guy's got a great defense, maybe you do want to fight in there. Okay, hopefully we can find a second planet, otherwise I can't really show you this. That's the only drawback doing it on a super small map. Okay, research. And then you can see you got here, and then you can choose new tech, you can go from these, or you can go, I prefer, detect trees, and literally see the trees. And as you can see, you can access this red until you've researched 12 of Age of Expansion, etc. Oh, no, Age of Expansion gets to the next age, so once you've done 12 you get to Age of War, and then etc, etc. And again, I think it's because it's on research, because normally it's something like 20 or 30, probably because it got researched faster. But you can see you got all the options, you can highlight them. If you want administration, boom, type it in there, it starts bringing them up. Closest to it, the colonel, so, ooh, that one gives me +1 administration, that sort of thing. We probably should do a bit of warfare, because again, if you want to invade a planet, you need planet invasion, so we'll probably go for that. So we're probably going to do that very quickly, being a tiny map. Because that unlocks more ships. Speaking of which, does that already show up? No, not yet. Okay, so idle ship. I'm just going to set him on Explorer at this point. Him too, because they can't really get far until I've built this. And are you ready? Yeah, it's going to cover everything we need. So I'm going to build him now and make a starbase. Boom. And then of course you get this little quick cutscene. For each new thing you do for the first time, your people have had permanent structures in space before, but nothing like this. More than a factory, more than a place to build ships. This starbase is an extension of your very civilization. Everything you do, everything you're proud of, everything you and your people are will exist here. So that sort of thing, and then you can see it, and then this is where you have the options. Again, more options, more research you've done. And then it says what's available in the area, so you always look at this, Dororium and Thorium. And of course to do this, I need a mining starbase and mining, so this one's going to be mining focused. So you build it, boom, and then obviously you lose options to the other ones, but now it's going to cost me 100 treasury to add some defense. That sort of thing, but I could have gone for one of the others and made it more defensible instead, but wouldn't have got the mining options. And now I believe, build a mining base, so that costs me 100 credits, boom, boom, then obviously that. This astro is outside of your zone influence, so as this grows, this is zone influence, it will grow and reach this and I'll be able to do them. Like these, I can do already because the mining base can't touch them yet. Of course, they can destroy these, but as you can see, these add resources and stuff to you. Mining base is being built 3 turns. I think it adds to your money in that overall. Hopefully, we get. Oh, whoa! Who's this? First Dororium mine. Oh, okay. Your miners return with the first lot of Dororium ore, rocky debris, etc., etc. Okay. And there's a first Thorium, again, a similar thing. Boom, boom, boom. And space pirates are showing up. Well, it's not good. So where's my 2 explorer dudes? You and you are going to start joining up. Because I don't know how victory's likely. Victory likely, but for it to be guaranteed. So they're going to join up and fight him. Okay. And turn. Because they could just tap that, I don't want them to. Okay, can you move forward now? Okay, idle ship. Okay, hopefully this is a planet I can take. Aha! Nice planet. Turtles means it's better, so class thingy, so we're going to take that one. Next turn. Who are you? Oh, the runners come out, so I want you set you to explore. Oh, you my survey ship? Oh no, quick answer sensor range will lose every fight. Ah, I didn't bring the survey ship out yet, but I haven't seen any things to go. Oh, sorry, there's one. Precursor. No, sorry, that's anomaly. Heavy defended. Oh, so my survey ship wouldn't be able to take that anyway. He would need these guys to back him up. As you can see, they're in a group. He can up to 16, but that can be increased with research. Okay. Ah, they left. Another pirate. Bloody hell, where did pirates come from? So hopefully, can we reach? Oh, next turn. So we'll do one more turn to show you. Ooh, what's this one? 18, perfect. Holy fudge, that's even better. Can you not reach that? Seriously, fudge. Ah, sucks. I need to get this one to get to it, and of course you can name it. I'm just going to default for now. First calling, yada. And this was talking about we get the picks. Antimatter weapon. A deep core mining operation has found a powerful artifact. A missile weapon that somehow generates its own antimatter fuel. We think we can adapt it to work with existing warheads, but we might also try dismantling it to extract the antimatter system for civilization purposes. So what should we do? We have enough weapons at war. The antimatter generator can be used for more practical purposes. And that adds to the better violet. That's what I'm talking about. The evil, good, middle, etc. That's one of them. It gives me plus antimatter manufacturing to all colonies, so we'll be able to build faster. Or we can go. We have more practical ways to get antimatter. A weapon like this should not be wasted. 25 antimatter, so it's the other version. Antimatter weapon components. We don't need a one weapon, we need lots of them. Dismantle this thing and use technology to make all your missiles more powerful. Antimatter plus 5% tactical ships. That'd be good. I'm going to go with that, screw it. And see, we got the new place to do now. Of course, if you have these default, you can just instantly boom as a quick way. Or, of course, you can go down here and pick what you need, like this big wealth and stuff. 55 turns. Probably needs like this better. Administration. The only 21, let's put that higher. Okay, incoming message. Now that we have expanded beyond the homeworld, the colonies are crying out for structure. It is time for us to choose from a form of government. So here's the government. Get to show you that quick now. Before we end this episode. That's a long one. Let's get started. Boom. As you see, I don't have many to pick from at the start. But later on, you have access to these. So you need stellar tech required by ideology. You get a unique ship for doing that, influence growth, 50% food, yada yada, 1% morale, galactic no colony limits, see, stuff like that. But for now, I get to pick between two. So ship construction 20%, but I lose diplomacy. Moves +1? Ah, fudge, if I had that before I colonised, I would have been able to reach it, wouldn't I? No, that's... Every ship can move 1 extra, doesn't increase the range, does it? Okay, don't want to... Colony limit 6, no elections. Or I can go for this, colony limits 5, holds elections. Can send missions. I get to send missions for this. Social growth. The growth is better, so that's probably best for me right now. Okay. Once changed, you'll have to wait 26 weeks before you can change again. There. Okay. So, I want to get that planet. Well, I can reach now, but I don't have a colony ship. So, I need to build one quick. And I don't think I'm going to have... No, sugar. Administrator rights. If I cancel this, yeah, just give me an option back. Backbone, large fragile, quick colonizers. One quick question, because I know they used to eat the colonizers up. Do they still do that? Yeah, they still do that. Okay. Because I know when you transport, it doesn't eat the transport, bless it die now. Large fragile ship with quick colonize distance. That's more important right now. Can I rush? Fudge, don't have the money. Don't have the money. It's 24 turns otherwise. Hopefully no one else snags that. And can we show off the fighting very quickly? Ideology. Oh, ideology first. So let's say By IVATOPia is basically the good one. Paramount's the middle. By IVATOPia, what I've got available right now. Also, depending on what this is, depending who you're diplomacy with, if they're, say, By IVATOPia and you're By IVATOPia, they probably ain't going to get on with you very well. If you're pragmatic, they're going to like you better. And of course, you can only pick one to start, but you go up the tree to pick this. The next time I get more, I can pick more, etc. So that's your military research and development, result in creation of a prototype ship. So you get a new ship, capable of raising approval when placed on troubled world. It will help shut down the whiners. Okay, agi point for 10 turns. Unlock improves agi point for 10 turns. So every 10 turns I get 10 more points. So keep going with this. And to increase your planetary income. No penalty from sharing borders. No penalty. I'm going to go with this, I think. That's a free frigate class warship. I think I'm going to go with that. Once that's built, every 10 turns I'm going to get more points in this. If I'm not taking planets. Obviously, if you take a lot of planets, you can always go down the evil route. Because as you can see, the next one's 25 points, etc. So unlock, boom. Monetization, choose new technology. Platinum thingy. 24 turns. Okay. And there's the artifact. See, I've got a second one now. Reveal an area of the map. 10% resistance. That one I can apparently use twice. First citizen. Oh, I'll get to show that very quick too. And then we're probably going to end this. So this is Galactic Citizens. Oh. Meanwhile, colonies around the citizens. Oh yeah, they do this as well with the full expansions and everything. Where they talk about the news and stuff. It's pretty neat. Founding Day. Our civilians have begun celebrating anniversaries of various colony milestones. This has led to the very confusing holiday calendar, but general increased happiness. So 10% for 10 turns for everyone. Woo! Okay, so quickly show you citizen situation. So again, I'm low administrations. I only have one, so I'm going to go administrations here. Price 5 for administrations, which in turn are consumed by survey ships, colonies, etc. And of course, like once I have the planet invasion done, I'll have option for. Oh, actually, here. Sorry, generals. 5 legions. You need legions to land on the planet to take. 5 legions to say is like, I can't remember if it's 5 million, 5 billion people. It's probably 5 million. 5 million to attack with. If you have 10, that's 10 million. They can also provide a 3% bonus planetary resistance. So if they attack me, I can have 3% bonus or 5 legions. But obviously administration for me right now. So train citizen. Okay, so that's here we go. Summary, Jason. I don't have the transfer option for that version yet, it seems. But later on you get transfer for certain ones, like with him especially. It's 5 legions or 3% bonus. He's just literally 5 points straight away, it looks like. Oh, can I do the fight quick? Finally. Quick battle, and it gives you the thing, or you can view it. You can do it top down. It's going to be very quick because it's a very quick one, or cinematic like that. Or you can follow shit. You can zoom in and out. I generally like a cinematic. And let me replay to show you a bit more. You can highlight these to show them. Double click to get to that ship. Highlight them. See which red is dead. You can also speed it up. So once again, see how much slower it is now. And okay, if you want. What else is it? Show battle. Slow it down. Show battle logs. You see the battle logs. See who's attacking what's happening. Show the HUD. Take the HUD off if you want more cinematic view. Restart battle. That's basically the gist of the battle thing. You can't tell what to do. Basically, it's what weapons they have and what type of ships they have and how they fight before it starts. Okay. And I think with that, we're going to save this game and also end this episode. I think that's the gist of run down everything, the stuff we haven't really shown. That's diplomacy because I haven't run into anyone yet. I'm not showing espionage, so hopefully I can get that and do a spy to show you that, and hopefully find the market and the bands on mercenaries in the next episode or the episode or two after. So I hope you enjoyed that. And see you next time. Like, subscribe. I'm in IVATOPIA. Have a great day out there. And I know I've been trying to talk a lot faster, but I was trying to show you a lot of what the game has to offer with everything involved. So see you next time. Bye, everyone.